Hello, and welcome back, everybody out there in D&D land. Remember, if you're watching the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment down below, let us know what you like, what you don't like, and yeah, let's get back into it. So, where last we left off, you had just completed dangling moose over a location called the Bottomless Pit. He heard a voice speak to him, though he didn't wait long enough to learn any information, other than the voice said, "See you soon." Once you were drugged back up, you explained the situation over to Nose, the impish individual who's in charge of watching this location, and Nose made it very clear that this was a very bad situation. You need to get away now. Let's go. Once you were a good 300 feet or so away, he used the blood in Nobu's hand to begin drawing a magical circle that could summon a devil. He told him this was a very rudimentary magic, but it should still work. However, while he was doing this, Nobu got the bright idea to ask if you were summoning Asmodeus. He told you, "Don't say that name, that's very bad, you're going to summon him on accident, please do not do this." Then Palando reaffirmed, "Yes, Asmodeus, right?" And then he said, "Please, both of you shut the hell up, don't say anything, this is really, 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 really bad." And then Nobu said yet again, "Asmodeus." Summoning just the head of Asmodeus, a 10-foot wide head to the Lord of the Nine Hells, and immediately Nose had to do everything in his power, including trying to shut Nobu up, and Sebastian actually shutting him up, in order to make sure none of you make a mistake that would be detrimental to your lives. Although Lucifon does not like being deceitful, Asmodeus is a being that loves drama, anarchy, when it's ensued by his own words and manipulation. You managed to get a teleportation available to you all to go to Maida. However, realizing you were too far away to bring along Ulrich or the two goats that Reyna needs in order to sustain herself, or else she has to drink from everyone else, everyone decided to stay behind aside from Palando. Palando, who is currently ringing up a tab for Reyna in a local tavern. In Maida, though.
Has no money.
I mean, yeah. Neither does Reyna. But once you made it back into Devort, you tried to gain a little bit of favor of Nose, but he is beyond consolable with his frustration, fear, sadness, all of the emotions that are just not fun emotions to have. And you eventually realize that you have to do the one thing that is one of your trump cards for the group. And that is to use Nobu's Scroll of Sending to call forth Riku Morian, his mother, Reyna's aunt, and to both of you, your only living relative other than each other. She steps out of the circle, immediately adjusting herself and her hair. She's wearing a nightgown, and her hair is just in a very quick bun up on her head, based off of the time differences where you all are and where she was sleeping.
I was just gonna say, welcome to Devort. It's a thing. If you're not welcome, something screams at you.
4 large Morian naval folk step out behind her as well. Her personal guards.
You're welcome to Devort. You're welcome to Devort. You're welcome to Devort. You're welcome to Devort.
And all 4 of them look around, wielding their weapons and shields, looking around very carefully. And Riku just stares at you, Nobu.
Missed you, Mom. Oh my God. You're not going to believe the adventure we went on. And there's a pit over
She
there.
holds a finger.
What?
You sent an estranged man into our home to tell me how you are doing.
Yeah, he said he delivers mail. I forgot his name. Did he ever deliver? I'm guessing he delivered the mail.
Yes, he did. He appeared by my bedside.
Well, he never got back about you, so did you tell him to come back?
I didn't have the chance to tell him anything. As soon as I began throwing magic, he just ran away. Regardless,
He delivered the message.
Reina,
Aunt Riku.
explain the situation to me, please. Where am I? Why am I here? Why is my son here?
Well, when we arrived in Morian, in Mida, there was a situation that I felt was simple enough for him to learn a little bit about local politics. We have people who are new to Zodiac
Right.
at the end of the war, and they have yet to find a homeland. I thought it would be a simple enough errand. Turns out you can't idiot-proof everything. And I say that with love. I have tried my best to keep him out of situations, but even without needing sleep, I have not been able to physically restrain him the entire time. Long story short, he offered to buy drinks. This is just starting. We were at the Bridge Runners, and he said open bar at the Bridge Runners on him.
And
To
how
begin
did
with-
you pay for this?
Oh, we do a concert thing. I play music. You know my gift for singing.
You're playing music.
Yes, I have a gift for singing. You know that.
And it was of utmost importance to keep the mouse folks' location secret, and he began to skywrite. Furthermore, we have had several instances where magic has been used that has hampered the party instead of assisting it. And here, we made a deal to be teleported from here. This is Devort. It is an abandoned civilization, we think, and that thought it would be a good home for Moose and for his people.
Moose just wiggles his fingers.
We made a deal with a imp here to trade a service for being teleported from here. While the teleportation circle, the summoning circle was being made, Nobu decided it would be funny to joke and summon Asmodeus.
For the briefest of moments, she breaks eye contact with you, Reina. Nobu, give me a charisma saving throw.
You're within 10 feet of me. It's a +4.
Are you gonna treat him like an ally when he's about to get
Blasted.
all right?
Yeah, man. I'm just standing here. I just exude confidence.
She looks at you with that motherly wrath, and you instinctually take a step back, but you manage to stand your ground without completely crumbling.
Now, all of this was against my advice, and I have even resorted to physical restraint and a few punches. And it's not exactly the best, but it is at the end of my patience. And honestly, I just... There is a bottomless pit over there, and I was very close to throwing him over.
Well, thank you for restraining yourself. She looks down at you, Moose, and adjusts her long gown to squat in front of you and holds a hand out. I am very sorry that your interaction with us has been so negative in nature. Riku Morian.
Moose Mies Moss.
Moose Mies Moss.
I go by Moose.
Moose. I'm very sorry.
I have had mostly 1, 2 now horrible interactions with him. One of great possible. I'm terrified, honestly. And the other with my species. So I'm going to go on my back now.
Of course, whatever makes you feel most comfortable.
Oh, and he like hands her a tea bag. Here, you're gonna need this.
Thank you.
And he's just like crawling into the bag, like.
He gets an ear scratch from Reyna on the way in.
Riku turns over now to you, Sebastian, and takes 2 steps forward.
Hey, Miss Morian, how you doing?
I believe the proper term is pissed off.
It's understandable.
What did I entrust you with when my son left my home for the first time?
His safety.
Yes. And how do you think that is going?
Mostly well. I mean, he's in good health.
She looks over at his very dirty face right now from the dirt.
And she also gets a message in her head of, you should see what's on his chest.
What is on my son's chest?
Hair?
Doubtful. And she walks over towards you, Nobu.
Sorry, it took me a second.
Crazy month.
Nobu,
Yes.
what is on your chest?
Your family and friends.
Her expression becomes a lot harsher right now. Sebastian, because you are kind of in her gaze, I need you to also give me a charisma save.
Alright.
Though you're pretty damn good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
22.
Oh,
I mean,
John.
she's not somebody you want to have on, as an enemy, but you managed to stay put. Her 4 guards, a lot higher position in the Navy than you are, by the way, obviously, are just watching the area, and one of them looks down over at you, Sebastian, and just gives a very judgmental look.
Yeah.
That moment when you realize your friend's mom is actually, more powerful than you.
By a long shot.
In like every sense of the word.
I've always known that.
Look, I know what it's like to have like a friend's parent be like a police officer, and you don't realize it until the situation occurs.
Show me, Nobu.
What? So this is bad out of context, but
Did I ask you to speak, or did I ask you to show me? Honestly, I expect you to be able to follow instructions a little better than this.
I am, Mom. Wait, give me a second. He's so angry. And he's gonna start unbuttoning his shirt. Show her the tattoo of all the gods. It has the artist's name on the side.
It does.
Yeah.
You're coming home now.
What?
I don't believe I stuttered. You're coming home now.
What about Sebastian? What about we left one of our friends somewhere else? We gotta go get him too.
Yes, well, I believe that'll be an easier task for your friends to handle when you are not being a detriment to them. I've been looking upon you every single day. Just watching.
That's invasive.
Yes, it is, but a mother cares, and a mother always knows best, Nobu. So, follow me. And she begins walking over and drawing a circle on the ground.
Okay, he follows.
Now, for all of you, I hope you do not mind, but I'm going to have to bring you back to Morian, and then you can make whatever deals, paths, or anything else that you need in order to go back to wherever the hell you come from. Nobu, it appears like you need another 10 years of schooling before you're willing or ready to go back out into the world. I should have known better. Giving you that name is a cursed state. Just like your godforsaken uncle.
If I might be so bold.
Oh, might you? She looks up.
You say you've been watching and you've noticed that Nobu is a very capable individual in certain situations. He's just
Really?
he's too sheltered. He doesn't understand people and interacting on his own.
So, when he accidentally summoned the Lord of the Hells, what stopped him from trying to make a deal?
Oh, I stopped him.
Okay. Now, when he revealed the location to that poor little creature's family, home, or anything else, whatever have you, what stopped him from making that mistake?
He didn't reveal the location. It was
I did. I told him just to let it go.
Yes. So, you believe being out here has taught him. I believe being out here has showed him how to rely on people as if they were servants instead of as people, like I was hoping. I was hoping you would be able to have a bit more of a firm hand, and yet you were done your childish antics like when you were a young boy, Sebastian.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see myself as his caretaker. Like, we're friends, and I keep him from getting hurt. But he makes his own decisions.
Well, their decisions seem to be having detrimental issues and impacts on other people and individuals. What about your other friend, the cute red-haired boy?
Palondo?
He walked through the portal of Asmodeus.
Oh.
It was a portal to Maida. That's what I bargained for to get us home.
And
We
why
forgot
didn't you
that there
take
was-
that?
There was another
'Cause-
person in the city that wasn't with us at the time, and
Because we summoned Asmodeus instead of the person we were attending to, well, the devil that we were intending to. We had no time, and Ulrich, my companion, and my goats were not here.
Squire.
Squire.
Bam. He's staying as far away as possible right now. He's like,
And not smoking. He like puts out the cigarette like
yeah, he would stop smoking in front of her. But he's a good ways back now. Kind of like if you guys were about to get in danger type of ways back. So, it sounds to me like everybody's life has been made much more difficult thanks to my son, and that he has learned nothing except how to rely on others to clean up his messes for him. Wonderful.
that sounds about right.
So, we will be taking you back home. I'm going to take away your privilege of having a personal servant care for your room. Maybe you having to clean it once in a while by yourself will maybe teach you a little bit of work ethic and understanding of how this world works. And you know what? I actually have a friend on our council who needs a new secretary to take all of their notes at our meetings. I think that'll be a wondrous internship for you to start to earn your keep. Don't you think, Nobu?
Mom, after well, with due respect, I love you, but I'm not staying there.
Yes, you
I've
are.
done this before. It's 26 years. You gotta let me go. I'm not your brother. I'm not. I'm not the people you lost. But holding on tighter and tighter isn't gonna make things better. There's a reason I left before. And the only difference between this one is I'm just gonna leave without your permission. Could you keep me there? Try to keep me as a hostage, but how does that look on you? If you want to go the political route.
I don't care how it looks on me. I only care that you are alive and safe and not making deals with devils. Like,
One of your best friends is a devil.
yes.
This argument is going back and forth in circles.
Oh, would you like to speak with her?
Who?
One of my best friends.
No, I don't want to speak to her.
Are you sure? Do you
Yes,
want
sir.
her to teach you exactly why it's a mistake to
Anything.
try to make a deal with a devil?
No, I'm not going there. I'm heading home. I don't want to talk to her.
Good. We're going home. Every time. You know, at least your uncle could clean up his own messes. And everything he did only ever hurt him, nobody else. And she's continuing to draw the circle. Honestly, you give so much and you just try to make somebody's life better. And all they ever do is take. Becoming greedy little children for the rest of their lives. Do you think I like having to watch you every single day to see if you're just even alive?
Then don't.
I have to. Because situations like this, I may miss out.
Why haven't you shown up? There was so
Because
many
I was in the middle of sleeping.
there was so many more dangerous things that have happened. We were fighting dragons at one point.
Excuse me?
You're telling me you saw us go into a cave and you were like, wow, that looks safe. This is... If you were watching, this is ridiculous, or you just don't care.
No. I watch and I give you a little bit of leniency in the hopes that you'd be able to make the right decision. And although you have proven you are capable in a little scrap, you have not shown that you have any level of maturity to handle yourself like a responsible adult. I'm fully aware that you are a decent enough mage, and you wield that blade far better than most people. But you still act like a spoiled child. I mean, she stops drawing now and just stands up immediately walking to you. What would you have done if by accidentally summoning this Asmodeus, that they actually just came out of the circle and then decided, you know what? Your cousin isn't worth anything and looks quite easily eaten. What would you have done if when you got that tattoo, that somebody actually put a marking on you? A binding agent. Tell me this, was he awake for the entire tattoo?
I don't know. He snuck away while I took a moment to have a bath.
By yourself, nobody else was there.
Oh, the friend Polando who went with
The one who, if you're lucky and you spoke the proper phrases to this arch fiend, is alive. right now.
Moose is gonna crawl out of the bag, and he is like head only, just out of there, like. You know what? I'm not going to. Actually, no. This is fine.
All right. Now, do you know what happened to your godmother?
No.
Well, of course, she knew all about being a devil. She's one of the oldest ones that we've ever had here. And she slipped up in her wording. And because of that, she can't come home. She can never step foot in hell or Zodiac again. Because of a simple twist of the tongue. A simple screw up. Somebody who cultivated her entire life into understanding contracts, deals, fiendish origins, everything else, whatever have you. She messed up that one time. And now, one of the only living friends I have can't come home, Nobu.
Mom, I'm a human being. People make mistakes. And you know what? Yes, you're right. I made many mistakes along the way. And I'm sorry. And I'm trying to learn from them. Yes, I wanted to advertise my concerts. That was selfish of me. But I didn't know it gave away where those mouse people were. I thought it would just let them know that I was coming to their area. As for the Asmodeus thing, I thought it was just, I didn't think it was really the spell. I was messing around with one of my friends at the time. But if it means being more serious or being more, as you say, adult, I'm willing to. And Nobu's going to pull out his sword and walk over towards the sanctified puddle. I'm willing to make an oath right now on it.
Really?
Yes, really. I vow from this day forward, it's making an oath of redemption.
You begin uttering the oath, and she watches you very closely during the entire thing. And what is this oath of yours? Tell us, what is it?
Oh, what?
Yeah, you need an oath if you're going to take an oath.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to use those lyrics I always use. Give my respect to grace and virtue. Give my condolences to good. Give my regards to soul in romance. Always did the best they could. So long to devotion. Taught me everything I know. Wave goodbye. It's going to be an oath that he's going to try better. Wish me well, you got to let me go. Because I'm human, but I'm going to be better. That's what he's going to say.
You believe that you'll just be better. That saying these words will just make you better.
I believe an oath is only as strong as you put into it.
Really?
So yes. Look at Seabass over here.
You know what he has, Nobu? He has a clear mind. Focused. If I told him right now about some of the deeds that the Golden Grin have committed against us, his mind would be straight, narrow, and focused on exactly what is happening. The oath is only as powerful as you make it. And in all honesty, I doubt that you possess the amount of discipline it takes to dedicate your life to an oath. She looks over at Reyna. Please correct me if I am wrong.
Joining the Knights as I did, where you have to put their good above everything else, whether it's intentional or not, or thoughtless or not, a lot of the actions that Nobu has displayed while we were here have put others into a lot of danger. I can understand impulsive moments. I've had a few myself, even here. I don't think he's there yet.
Sebastian. She turns and looks at you.
Yes.
The only good quality you have is your devotion to your word. And by the looks of it, she looks you up and down. You've only become more dedicated to it. In all honesty, and she steps right up like in your space, locking eyes with you. Do you think my son possesses what it takes to be selfless and to consider the world around him? Or do you think he will put your life in danger and potentially even get you killed?
Well, I can't claim that he will never make mistakes, but I do feel his heart is in the right place, and it is his inexperience with the ways of the world that is his biggest problem, in my view. If he understood the ramifications a little more, he would be more careful with his actions.
Moose Moss, she calls out. Hello.
There you go.
I am very sorry to bother you with this, but by the look on your face, you've been listening to us this whole time anyways.
I hear everything.
How unfortunate for you. Well, as an individual who requires saving in this world, how long have you been with my son?
Hasn't it been like 3 weeks? Nearly 4?
4. Yeah, I'd say 4. Closer to 4. Yeah. You did spend a couple of days between Maida and the bridge burners, like, in a tavern.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
We've been nearly a week in here.
Yep. And it was a
week
2-day
traveling
journey.
yeah.
2-week journey. So, yeah.
So, just about a month.
And do you think he is capable of acting like a reasonable adult who will do everything in his power to help you and your people find a home and to make it safe?
I thought that this question was coming, so I thought about it. Everything I saw so far hasn't been the best. He seemed to think that the possible life of my clan could be taking a backseat to planning journeys around touring, or at least done on the way. And he is nice, He looks around uncomfortably. I don't know what's considered. I do, but I don't know what would be considered that level of capable or normal, or and he just dribbles on about what she wants. Like,
Well, she stands up. Nobu, they are describing you as your father.
Zach? Zachariah?
Yes.
Raina shudders.
Yes.
Despite everything, he's still my dad, Mom.
True. Was, at least. But the thing is, he acted like you have been acting when we were younger. When we were early 20s, teenagers, kids. He acted just like this. Now, I don't want you to turn out like your uncle, your father, or even me. But I will not have you turn into him. He did nothing, except bring people pain, because he only thought about himself, and he was conditioned to think that is all he needed to care about. Do you know how many people have died because of that man? I'm sorry, but if you want to be an adult, this is the truth. He's ruined lives. The entire Toku clan is gone because of him. A large portion of the population, those that would dare to oppose what he wanted, dead. Hung out front in our courtyard, in our estate. And when he was your age, he acted just like this. So, look me in my eyes. Tell me, do you think that you can throw away that instinct in you to help people instead?
He looks down for a moment, then looks back up. Yeah, I can do it. I know I can do it. If anything, I'm full of surprises.
I'm leaving with one condition. And you don't have to answer now. She looks back at you, Moose. Moose. I am assigning him to personally protect you. If you so choose. And again, you do not have to answer right now. You can take an evening to sleep upon it. I still need to speak with your Palando friend about this. And if you honestly believe, or you are willing to risk your safety, your clan's aspirations on him, then he will be allowed to stay. But if you cannot in good conscience accept that, or anyone else cannot in good conscience keep him around, then you will be returning home with me. Do we have an understanding? She looks back at you, Nobu.
Yes.
then. She claps her hands together. Reyna, tell me the name of that buffoon in charge of Maida again. No, not dipshit. No, not asshole.
Hang on, I'm gonna have to.
Is that
Scan
Rodan?
some note.
Cunt waffle was not an either. Rodin's a less.
Rodin.
Mm-hmm.
Does he still have his teleportation circle inside of his estate?
As far as I'm aware.
Wonderful. I'm sure he would be more than happy for us to appear in the middle of the evening. And she continues drawing the circle. She looks up. She looks over at you before that, Nobu. I guess you better make sure they're willing to bat for you this time. She completes the circle. Yes,
How long
Moose?
does it take her?
About 10 minutes.
I'm gonna brew up tea for the guards and everyone.
The guards happily take it. When the circle erupts with light, you see all of the chalk burns away. She's spending a lot of her gold on this already. Okay. And a couple of the guards are forced to stay behind, but they say they'll be able to find their way back.
Mountain. We're in the middle of a mountain.
They both will be fine.
As Riku's finishing up, Reyna's told them about there's undead, there's this, there's, giving them a general don't step in the mud.
Yeah.
kind of like layout.
Gotcha. What'd you say, Nova?
Don't drink the water.
Don't drink the water. Yeah.
Yeah, all the stuff that they run
is-
into.
Yeah, they begin to become a bit more worried as you're speaking. And Riku is a bit more disappointed is the only word I can use. She's very disappointed right now.
Wait, Mom, you gotta meet Chiba. Chiba.
Chiba. There's an invisible fiend. He's a pacifist. You will
Why would
notice
I
the
have
fact-
to meet him?
I don't know, he seems nice.
Oh,
I feel like
nice people.
I'm directing my comments to the guards.
Yeah, and the guards are like, oh, okay, Chiba is his name? Or just Chiba? Chiba.
He calls him Chiba. It's Chiba.
Chiba, not Chiba. Gotcha.
If you find the slug, don't hit it.
The slug has very strong defensive capabilities.
Okay, duly noted.
And will eat anything, including armor.
His
and
name's Toto. He's
weaponry.
cool. He's cool.
He is, but he will eat anything other than stone.
That's
He just sort of dissolves it, but yeah, he's cool.
he was known as Bobo before that. The knowing.
But yes. She completes the circle, and all of you teleport through, including the two goats. And you all appear over inside of Maida.
I'm sorry, but mere concept that goats took up space for a television circle over human lives.
They're expensive goats, okay?
I mean, and also those people are expected to be able to handle this,
It's either that or rain a bunch on people, so...
Yeah. So, you all land inside of a very large, clear chamber. There appears to be a table in the far corner with stacks of furniture, all covered in large tapestries up against it. And Riku just adjusts herself, wiping her pants and dust off of herself.
Moose holds up a towel.
Oh, thank you so much.
I have a lot in here.
Well, that is the purpose of those bags, is it not?
Oh, it's my home.
Your home. How wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can't get you something a little bigger. And as you're walking over to the front door, the door slams open with two armed Maida guards and Rodin standing behind them, eyes wide. He's currently wearing his nightie, a very
They have little
long
footsies?
shirt. He is
Oh.
wearing slippers, a very long shirt that covers his knees, a small hat that has a dangling little tassel on it, as he just glares at all of you with his very strong half
And Raina steps out
drow
of the way
anger.
to show Riku.
Before you step, he does like, Raina, what the hell is the Lady Riku. Yes, were you saying something to my niece? Please continue your sentence. She walks right up to him. What the hell are you doing here, Raina?
We had to make an emergency exit.
Yes, I hope you don't mind. And she just walks past him.
As Reina walks past with Moose on her hip, he just says, "I'm sorry about this."
He looks at you confused.
And she
We've
just
met before. I'm sorry.
she just kind of is like gloating a little bit, but like there is a little bit of I'm sorry, but like
just a little bit.
I'm sorry, but this had to happen.
yeah.
So, it's been a long time since I was here. I assume proper accommodations can be made for me back at your estate, Reina?
You can have my room.
Oh, that's not necessary. That is your room, after all. I'll take one of the, guest rooms. No issue at all. Very well. Oh, Rodan, you and I are going to be having a meeting in the morning. I believe we have about 4 or 5 hours before daylight strikes. I suggest that you are up, Adam, ready, available within that time. Will you be able to accommodate? Oh, yes, I am not finished. And when you meet me over inside of your house, or inside of your office, be sure that you bring almond scones.
It may also suggest the cranberry. They're in season.
The cranberries are in season, yes, and freshly squeezed cranberry juice.
I could try to make cranberry tea.
Oh, by all means, feel free to do that. Also, give Moose Moss some cranberries for tea. Thank you. And she just begins walking out, and he's...
Moose is still like apologizing to him as he's getting walked past.
So.
Yeah. And at this point, Reina would have kind of taken up a bodyguard kind of position with Riku. That's kind of
Placing
her...
some of the lost guards.
Yeah.
Yeah. She accepts you to walk beside her in that stance. The other two, one in the front, one behind, with like about a 5-10 foot gap between anybody else and her. As you all walk out into the street, you do hear that there's a very merry group of drunks chanting and singing as they walk down the street. And you notice Palando is in the middle of them, singing along greatly with this fantastic little song with them, just swaying from side to side. Palando, you don't notice anybody because you are very inebriated.
Palando.
Huh? What?
We're going to the estate. You may want to join. This is my aunt.
Hello, Aunt.
Yeah, Palando, this is my mom. Mom Palando.
Hello,
Mom.
Palando. You may call me Lady Riku, like everybody else does.
Or mom.
No, he may not.
Moose is going to crawl out of the bag, grab a bag of herbs with him, and he's just going to try and like snap him out of it for a second with a bit of like, smelling salts.
Now you're awake and drunk.
And he's just going to whisper, "We're currently dealing with the Lord of Morian, so don't mention the docks. It's apparently a soft spot."
Do I, can I just call you ma'am?
Lady is preferred.
That's how I refer to my goddess, and I prefer to save that title for her.
Oh. So you are a devotee to Gabriella the Sunseer?
That's correct.
Good for you. Yes, you may refer to me as ma'am.
Thank
course. And she begins walking. She takes a minute. It's been probably good 5 or 6 years since she's been in Maida, but she figures out her bearings and begins walking to the Dier estate. So, Palando, as intoxicated as you are, you and I are going to have a conversation this evening about my son. And may I add, I am so very sorry for what happened to you by having him in your presence.
I just rubbed off his tattoo. That actually happened.
Quote unquote.
I mean, I like Nobu. Nothing happened to me. I mean, he's not the brightest kid, but we've had a good time.
Not the brightest kid. She immediately looks over at you, Nobu.
I've always been better with a sword. You be into magic.
It's like The Office where they just look into the camera.
Not the brightest of kids. That is the description you get from your drunk friend.
I've never been good with
A
magic.
26-year-old kid.
Magic. I play with a sword. I'm way better with a sword. Like
Perhaps this is not the best conversation to have while you're wasted, Palando.
Not wasted. You're wasted.
Oh, on the contrary.
I wish
Actually,
I was wasted.
yes, Sebastian, sober him, please.
All right, Palando. Sorry, but you need to sober up and put my hand on his shoulder and use 5 points to cure the poison of alcohol.
Now, you are immediately hungover, but you're no longer intoxicated.
Oh, what?
It removes
Why'd
the
you give me
poison,
a
not the addiction.
hangover? What kind of asshole gives a guy a hangover? That's a dick move.
Oh,
Can I
don't worry.
cure his hangover?
Lesser restoration or greater restoration?
I got a lesser restoration.
Hey!
mending on him.
Does nothing.
I just gotta make sure. Does it have material components? Nope.
No.
Verbal and semantic.
not
I'm
lesser.
like, feel better, buddy.
Hey, Biscuit!
Oh.
Biscuit's in chat.
Hey, biscotte.
How goes?
right.
Congratulations on your drop, by the way. We heard a little bit.
Oh,
Yep, without saying
real,
anything because, yeah.
You have
Internet.
been restored.
a real Indiana Jones you are.
So yeah, Palando, now you are no longer hungover. You were only hungover for about 8 seconds.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. Let's just go over to the estate. I've been dying to eat some fish.
We still gotta
Fish.
return those horses. Unless Key took them back. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom, you gotta talk to the horse seller on the way out too. That wasn't me.
Excuse me.
Ray, you wanna take the reins on this one? This was your deal.
In order to get to the bridge burners faster and without having to mix with the bridge burners, I said that I would, for one, give my word that we were treated well at the establishment and to perhaps get an audience for their expansion into.
And a speech. Don't forget the speech.
That was what I said about the word in public.
It's getting better.
It was
Nobody-
that, or put Nobu in with the bridge burners for traveling from here to their city.
The bridge bonus. That might be a good alternative if you all decide not to take him. I can enlist him into their organization. Kind of like a late boot camp of sorts.
Oh God, what is the guy's name who runs the bridge burners?
I don't have that open right now. I don't know.
It was great.
Insert name here is not going to be happy with that.
Oh, I don't care if he's happy. In fact, him being unhappy means Nobu's life gets worse. So.
Oh, okay. Bridge burners. Where the hell is it?
I have it. It's like the lady's name, or there's a guy. I thought it was
The guy. It's the leader whose estate that we went to.
Who's stoned as fuck, but pretty middle age.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know the guy.
G-
Woman's name that gave me
Yeah.
the tattoo.
you wrote down the name of the woman who gave you the tattoo, but not the name of the leader of the town.
No, I didn't. I didn't really pay attention. I think I was gone, not gone, but like I think my character was not there for that.
Yeah, you were getting a
You-
tattoo.
Yeah.
No, you did that after you met him the first time. There was that whole training
Rainier.
sequence.
No,
yeah,
I was
Rainier.
there for that. You guys, I wasn't there for that part.
Oh, you missed that session. Okay, that is yeah.
because
Rainier.
But yeah,
Guys-
Rainier.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
State.
Yes,
Rainier Hofstadter.
Hofstadter.
Half off the ass? What?
Exactly. Yes, I think Rainier would do as I say, considering how well connected he is, thanks to me. Anyways, I will talk to them. Hopefully this can wait until tomorrow evening. Oh, this is just the largest shit show I've been a part of for over 20 years. Alright, fine. You all approach over towards the Dier estate. Very well. Palando, please escort me upstairs. You and I need to have a conversation. Nobu, I suggest you take after your uncle and beg people.
You know what? His daughter's right over here. That's not a very nice thing to say.
She looks over at you, Reyna. He was really good at getting his way by begging all over the place.
Mother's told me a lot.
She just goes, whew, okay, that's a dangerous topic. But anyways, Palando, you are escorted upstairs with her to talk about Nobu. Palando, you're muted, I believe.
I wasn't saying anything.
Okay, I saw your
I
mouth.
also let Prina know that Auntie's in the estate.
Oh, thank you. Yes, we'll get everything up tip-top shape. I guarantee it. Oh, and she just starts running around trying to clean everything.
I'm going to help her with it.
Thank you.
As is Raina.
Yeah.
She's just putting all the rage into cleaning.
Yep. Clean rage.
Oh no, the paint's rubbing off.
But anyways, Palando, you get upstairs into the master bedroom, and she brings you over towards the desk up here, right next to the vanity mirror. And she sits you down at the desk and pulls over an ottoman and sits on that across from you. So, Palando, your name is correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you known my son?
What's it been? About a month?
A month. And has any of his actions had lasting effects for all of you that would be undesirable because of his own selfish nature? She looks at you very closely. I do recommend that you try not to lie to me. I learned a few tricks thanks to your goddess, and I think it would be incredibly disrespectful of you to sully her teaching.
Yeah, no, I never lie.
Good.
I don't think. I don't mean to if I do. But lasting effects on us that would be negative.
Or even just things that you didn't have to deal with to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely made some poor decisions, but as far as lasting goes, I don't think so. I think
Well, not yet
Well-
at least, right?
right, not yet. That could be said about anybody. Even the most careful person could sometimes fall into a bad situation.
I beg to differ. I am meticulously careful, and I do not fall into bad situations because of that. So, from what I've learned from all of the rest of your little group, Nobu has just brought you headache. She is here right now. What? Being meticulous. Yeah. So, as I have learned, many of your companions, friends, have had a much more difficult go at it because of his antics. And you encouraged a bit of his behavior, so I've learned.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
As in speaking the name of an arch fiend?
Okay, now I was asking a question. I don't know who Asmodeus. I didn't know who it was. I asked who was that. I said his name, and then I found out that he's a devil, a fiend,
Arch fiend. He is the
See,
Lord
I
of
don't
the
know what
Nine
that means.
Hells.
You all keep throwing around these words, and I just don't know what they mean.
So, I am the leader of Morian and most of Wake. I am the
Right.
head council member, correct?
Right.
Imagine if I had no council, but I had all of their authority and power. He is that, but for hell.
Isn't that like a god?
Just barely not.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with it is what they are capable of doing. As somebody with a little bit of power that I have, I am fully aware of what I am capable of doing and what I am capable of convincing should be done, though I do not subscribe to that ideology. Asmodeus, on the other hand, from personal experience, and even stories that I've told to young Nobu when he was just a baby, he is not a good person. He seeks control, dominance, to be able to manipulate people to doing his beck and call, regardless of the consequences for them, so long as he always comes out ahead. This includes murder, mass murder, sacrifices, or even just selling a fragment of your soul, she says with a very strong level of disdain.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I get the gist of who he is now.
Yes. So, just for information, if that circle was any other form of summoning, he would have been able to annihilate you all for wasting his time. And considering my insider knowledge on the situation, he values his time much more greatly than the lives of 5 or 6 people. Even a second is worth losing all of you. He views most of us mortals as insects and nothing more. And not in the way that some people aspire to look at them beautifully on a canvas, or in captivity, or just admiring them out in the open. No, as an infestation that needs to be destroyed.
Does Nobu know all this?
He is aware of enough that he should be incredibly careful when dealing with entities such as that. One thing I made sure was he was knowledgeable about the world and how it truly works. Well, how my world truly works. But it pains a mother to look at a son and think that they will do nothing good. And they won't help people because they're too selfish. It hurts, Philando. Are you close with your parents?
Yeah, I'm pretty close to it. I haven't seen him in a while because I've been traveling with Moose, but you know.
Imagine you did something that goes against almost everything your mother has taught you since birth. I'm sure there's some value she's instilled into you, and you just completely went against it. See, my primary value that I tried to, was carefulness. Deductive reasoning. Preemptive thought. Imagine that quality that she spent her best years trying to teach you, your entire child life, to instill into you. And you went completely against it. How do you think she would feel?
Or she'd be upset. I mean, you know, none of us want to disappoint our mothers or go against what they say. At least I know I don't.
Do you think he has any amount of regret for this? She asks you in a very serious manner. This is not a rhetorical question. She's wondering.
I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him since it happened. I went through the portal. I thought we were all going through the portal. I thought that was the plan. And then nobody came behind me. No, I'd hate to think that Nobu would put people in harm's way simply on a whim. Nobu, he's a good guy. He has a good heart. He just, he is a little inexperienced in the world.
Does he have a good heart?
Oh, yeah, I believe so.
Really?
I believe he truly wants to help people.
Can you tell me an instance where he expresses this over selfishness? Please, I'm asking for anything here.
We did go after some bandits that had helped kidnap somebody. He agreed with me that we should go try and help the guy. Whenever it came to Chiba in the tunnels, it was this creepy looking guy. Everybody doubted me, but Nobu agreed with me that we should give him a chance.
So there is a chance.
He has the potential. It's just unlocking it, getting it open. And you know what? I gotta say, I'm probably not the best person for that. I've been a bad role model and a bad instigator, and I was just having fun, and it may have gone too far. Other than Moose, I really haven't had any friends. And then I met all these people, and Raina took me into her home, and it's my first real group of friends. And I had a lot of fun, and we ended up playing pranks and stuff. And then I think those pranks evolved into a lot worse.
Well, as somebody who has had that family and then lost it suddenly, I am sorry for the loneliness. But Nobu and Reina are the only family I have left. They're the only people in this world I have a connection with. And I can't treat Reina how she deserves to be treated. And I feel like I try to treat Nobu how he needs to be treated. And he just fails. She quickly wipes away a single tear. No quaking, no quivering in her voice, just one escapes. I'm giving until breakfast tomorrow. for Moose to decide, and all of you decide, if he is worth risking your lives for. Please take this very seriously. When I say you are risking your life, no. I want you to consider it. To take a step back, calculate, think. And I'm warning you right now. It's not just a saying that you're risking your life. Acting like that in this world, you will die if he cannot do better. And same goes for you. She stands up. Now, go spend some time with your friends. I need to rest up.
I'm gonna go find Raina.
Downstairs. Speed cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Raina, you got a second?
She's shaking the dust out of a blanket and turns around and folds it and puts it back. Sure. Do you want to step outside for a moment?
Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. And then she'll go out front to the front terrace.
I feel like I owe you an apology, and Moose also. I'll talk to him later on. Somewhere along the way, I've forgotten my reason for what I've been doing. You know, it was to help my friend find a place for his home, and then it ended up just being fun and games, and I've lost track of it. And you've had to clean up after all of us, and you've had to be the responsible one this entire time, and I realize that's not fair to you. It's not fair to Sebastian, and it's definitely not fair to Moose. And I've instigated Nobu. This isn't entirely his fault, you know. The Asmodeus thing, I was asking a question I didn't understand. I'm sorry about that. But, you know, with all the pranks and stuff, I've been the one that's... And I've just pushed him in that direction. I don't know. It's nice having friends. I've had Moose. Moose is great. I love him to death, but...
Thank you, Rolando. And I know we haven't always seen eye to eye on everything. It's hard because I feel that I know where your intentions are, but as long as I've known Nobu, I mean, we've grew up together, I don't know what his intentions have been through all of this. And intentions matter. And maybe I am judging him too harshly, but...
No, I agree. After talking to his mom, you know, I found out more about Asmodeus. How do you say it?
I usually say Asmodeus, but that's all
Yeah.
It's... You see... His uncle is my father, and my mother had told me a lot about him. And to be honest, I grew up idolizing him, in a way. Yeah, he did stupid things and all, but the reason he's not here is because he gave his life in trying to help Zodiac. And I'm willing to do that too, if that's what it comes to, but for me, the idea of throwing it away on a whim, I can't. And even more so, I can't throw anyone else's life away on a whim. I know we haven't seen eye to eye on killing people necessarily, but it's not an action I take lightly. And I hope that you've, through our conversations and our back and forth and arguments and everything, I hope you've seen that it's...
No, I get it. Honestly, I have the utmost respect for you, more than anybody else out of this group.
Oh.
What you've done and how you've held this group together, you're the cornerstone of it. Without you, we'd be through. Honestly.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Rolando.
We're not going to agree on everything. No people are. It's just
right.
It's human nature. It's mortal nature, whatever you want to call it. But I think Nobu has a good heart. I really do. Like, I think he's immature and playful, and it gets him into trouble when he doesn't know when to be serious. But maybe this is what he needed. Maybe this is it, the turning point. And
possibly, but I don't think he's ready. And even if this is a turning point, there's a reason there are squires before there are knights. And if this was his first opening up to things, I think that he needs more time to process what's happened. And to be honest, not only does he create risk on his own, but he draws attention away from each and every one of us to try and fix that, and we are not at our best with that. I feel that I've had one arm tied around my back in fighting. And not just in fights, I mean, he's been capable there, but you understand the feeling, though, of feeling like that I can't do what I'm capable of doing and helping people if I'm worrying what he's going to do next.
Because your attention's divided.
Yes. And if I knew that I could rely on him completely, I'd be free to do more and contribute more. And not just because he's my cousin and I needed to watch out for him because he's an heir and he's important for that or that reason alone, or that he's family. The Knights of my order are also family to me. And we go in side by side. And I know that the decisions that they are making are good ones. So it isn't about the fear of losing him in a battle. It's the fear that he will make a decision that compromises the safety and the well-being of many, many more people than I can help.
Yeah, I understand that. Talking to his mom, I just found out, what just happened down in those caves was a lot more troublesome than what I thought.
And don't get me wrong, I lacked a lot older than I am. There's things I still don't understand about this world and still don't know. And I think that's true to say of everyone that's here, is we don't know it all. But I take risks for the right reason. At least that's what I try to do.
I used to. And somewhere I kind of fell off that path. I ventured out wanting to help people, and then at some point it became just having fun instead. But I'd like to get back on track, so it's something I'm going to work on.
And that's something that I think perhaps if you're needing help being serious, that's something I can help with. And I have enjoyed a lot of the positivity and the hopefulness that you bring to the group, Rolando. My mom said that the Lady Sunseer became her best friend. And if you're like her, I can see why.
So, with the two of you having this quieted heart to heart, we turn our attentions directly above the two of you on a Widow's Peak balcony. Nobu, you're brought back inside. Doors shut. Ulrich puts out his cigarette.
Yikes.
Yeah, you fucked up bad, kid.
I'll try to make it right. I don't think they'll let me, but I'll try talking to them tomorrow. I don't know. Nice to see that Palando still believes in me.
Well, no offense to him, but he's kind of a moron too. But even a broken clock's right twice a day, right?
Yeah.
My job's to keep her safe. But I'm not allowed to be in the fight. You know, the reason I'm always hard on you is because you make my job harder.
I don't know what to say. If I make it harder, sorry. Guess I tried to have more fun than anything else.
Yeah. There's a place in the time for fun. He just like lays across the bed. I don't know, man. Everyone's a fuck up for the first part of their life. If you're not, then you're just lying to yourself. Or you have others lying to you. We both know they lie to you. A lot. That'll be good for you to hear what they really think about you.
Yeah. That is actually right. Thank you, Holly. I do appreciate that.
Yep. So, after you sit there for a couple of minutes, he leans forward. Well, I hope all of you can stay out of trouble at least for a day. I got a little girl to get home to. She always likes setting up the decorations for Dogtide. Walks out.
Oh yeah, it's a time of year.
Yep. And I think on this note, this is probably where we are ending tonight's session, everyone. Viewers, thank you all for watching. Players, thank you for participating in this intervention of sorts. Hope you all had a good time. We'll see you around next time.